Hey YouTube, what is up? I'm going to be doing a wonderful modeling tutorial today. Just a basic one, going through some simple stuff. I can do some other cool modeling tutorials if you would like me to, some more in-depth ones, but we're just starting off with this simple one. In the description there's a link to a simple little Lightroom that I'm going to be using, that I use as well for modeling. I made it myself, so that's awesome. So once you have that downloaded, just double click and let's open this biatch up. If you remember, same as last time with my other tutorial, if you get any errors, just hit OK. If you don't, then that's fine. So what we're going to do first is we're going to start off by grabbing an object to model. So if you go up to the top where you see the cube, we're just going to select a cube. You can do this with any object you like, so if you want to go and play with other objects, that's great. I'm just going to be sticking to a cube. Keep this nice, short, and sweet for you guys. So if you click on the cube, select it, you can see how you can change the size. If you want to change the size at all, you can. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to add some segments, because that's what you need in order to model. It's good to have not too many, but not too little segments, depending on what you're doing. I'm just going to show you guys simple stuff. So for this one, I'm going to have 6 segments on all of them, 666. Sorry if I offend anyone. And so as you can see, it creates other little squares everywhere on it, on the cube, which basically gives us something to model with. So what you're going to do in order to actually model it is you're going to go click on the cube and hit C. And this makes it editable. As you can see, it changes the picture and adds this little box to the side. I don't know what that means, but it just means it's editable. Alright, so all the way over to the left, you're going to go down and you're going to see this little black box that has an orange box covering one of the squares. Select that and your object's going to go blue. Well, the lines are going to go blue. And if you move over it, as you can see, it's highlighting the little boxes. And if you click, they're highlighted. And you click, highlight them. Ooh, no, don't want to do that. So yeah, you can click them and you can drag them, which does funky stuff to them, which is cool. But I don't really like to do that because all it does is kind of make it messy. So I'm just going to go Control Z. Back that up. So yeah, you can select them individually like this, or if you want to select multiple individual ones, select one, hold shift, and just select all the different ones you'd like. Boom. Boom, boom. There. If you click off, it kind of resets everything. Or if you, here I'm going to hit Control Z. If you just want to get rid of one, because let's say I selected these two and I didn't want them, I just hit back, or Control Z, and it deselects them. But I'm just going to click off and deselect all of them. There's different ways to select your object. Sorry if I'm moving around a lot, I'm just fidgety. If you go up to the top where it says File, Edit, and stuff like that, if you look over to the right a little bit, there will be Selection, and there's this Live Selection, which it's basically like the first one, but if you click in the middle, it selects 2 of them. If you clicked in the middle of all 4 of some of them, it selects all 4. Or you can click, hold, and just drag and highlight whichever ones you want, and then they're selected. And then you can go back to selection. There's rectangle selection, which is just like that, highlighting. Boom. You can use lasso, which you just kind of make an object and select. And there's also polygon selection. You just click, make a polygon. It's kind of stupid. And then there's looping selection as well as ring selection. They're basically the same. What they do is if you click, it selects all the way around your cube. So bam. Yeah. I'm gonna click off. But yeah, you can select any which way you want, hold shift, boom, boom, boom. And that's different ways you can select it. So let's get on to actually modeling, because this is getting boring. So let's go, I'm going to go back to live selection, and I'm just going to select the inner box, the entire box of the one side of the square. So we're just going to leave an outer edge. And what you do is you go and you right click on your object. And there's many different things you can do. A lot of them are, I don't even know, I've tried using them, but there's special things you gotta do. I don't know how to use them properly, but I'm only going to be showing you how to model with 4 different things today. And the first one is bevel. So if you go down to that, click it, and you see nothing happens. Okay, what's up with that? What you have to do is click where you have it selected and move your mouse side to side. So if I move it to the right, oops, I have the wrong thing selected, sorry. Bevel. So if you click and drag, it just moves it out like that. So it's basically good if, like I did before by accident, I extruded something. So if you extrude something and then you want to bevel at the end, it kind of just cleans it up or makes it look cool. So since I clicked off, if I go and click again and move it, it's gonna bevel differently because it's gonna start a new bevel is basically what it's doing. And I can bevel it any which way, depending which way you move it, left or right. Your mouse left or right depends on which way it bevels. So I'm just gonna back it up. I could bevel the opposite way and bring it all the way back like that, which is just weird. And I'm gonna back it up again, and that's bevel. So if you look to the right on bevel, there's all these different settings and stuff. They don't really do a whole lot. You won't really have to worry about that till the last one I'm going to show you. So we're going to right click again. We're going to go extrude. And basically, as you saw before when I made the mistake, it's basically just moving it in and out in a solid direction, which is nice. And you can just go like that, make it look like a camera type deal. Looks cool. I'm gonna back those up, and that's extrude. And then we're gonna right click again, and we're gonna go extrude inner. And this is kind of an interesting tool because what you can do with it is if you click and drag, you're seeing this box moving every which way. It's weird. What it's doing is it's taking your squares and it's modifying them, so to speak. It's taking that big square that you have selected and you're making it bigger or smaller. So if I make it smaller, I can go back to extrude, let's say, and I can extrude this out. And because I did that, it has like these little tiny little boxes there. So if I back that up, back to there, and I right click, go back to extrude, and I extrude out, I can go, I extrude inner out. And then I go back to extrude, I can move it like that, do some cool things like that. And I'm just gonna back this all up. Oop, not that far. And last but not least, you can select matrix nub, which is really cool. It's really interesting, but it also can be overused a lot. So don't go too heavy with it because it is interesting. So just click and drag, and as you can see, it brings up these claw type figures. And this is where you're gonna look to the right, and you're gonna use your tool on the right, and they're